Hello, welcome to Sunday Cooking. We're gonna cook something real simple today because we are making Vietnamese sandwich, the banh mi sandwich. Um, the main ingredient, of course, is the roast pork, as you see right here. Um, you can get pork belly, uh, pork shoulder. I use pork shoulder, but a lot of people use pork belly to do that. But the key is the spice mix that you need to roast the pork in. And if you go to an Asian grocery store, you should be able to find something like this. Okay, and you can make this yourself. Okay, I'm just being lazy to buy one of these package and basically toss the meat inside the package, inside Ziploc bag, and let it marinate overnight. But if you look at the ingredient, okay, it's sugar, salt, garlic, five spice, okay, typical Asian spice, and then there are ginger, cinnamon, and then there's a few other little clove and other things, but no MSG. But the one thing I can do without is, of course, the famous and common red coloring that you see. So if you make the spice yourself, if you use create a mixture of rub, basically like a barbecue rub, you don't have the red coloring, which you don't really need, but that's what the end result look like. Okay, so that's the key. The the other part that I also like to use is what I call Vietnamese sausage or Vietnamese bologna. It's called yaw. Okay, that this I bought this from the Vietnamese grocery store as well. It's That's what GIO. Basically, it's ground pork. You can make this at home as well. If you go on YouTube and look for Vietnamese recipe, your GIO, you see a lot of Vietnamese make videos of how they make this at home. It's it's basically you can buy pork, put it in a blender and puree it, and then add um, cinnamon, nước mắm, fish sauce, and then tapioca starch or cornstarch, things that help bind it. And then they steam it. They roll it up in banana leaves or plastic leaf like this, and then it's steamed for a while. But basically, this is it. Okay, I call it Vietnamese bologna, and the texture is like if you go to Vietnamese restaurant, you may have eat this before in some dish, but if you had never had it, it had the same texture like bologna or spam. I like it. Most Vietnamese grow up eating this. It's probably one of their first meat. Of course, you got cucumber, and of course, the most important thing is the bread. It's really tough to have good banh mi sandwich without the bread. But at our local grocery store here, Publix, they make this roll, which is decent. Okay, the way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna toast it, make it nice and crunchy, and then it's close enough. The best thing about Vietnamese banh mi sandwich is, of course, the crunchy bread, the light crunchy bread, and without that, it's not the same. But I found that this came pretty close, and I will show you how I'm gonna make it so it's pretty close. But first, of course, pate is the other thing. So let's get the cucumber ready. And just like anything else, there are many variation of this recipe. You can use all kind of meat. You can use beef, chicken, marinated pork, you name it. There is no right way or wrong way to make it. The key bind to the sandwich is, of course, the pickle, which the Vietnamese grocery store also sell this. This like I think I paid $2 okay, for this. We can make it too, but it's easy to just go to the store, buy this. Hello, Jay the Planet. Today I'm cooking Vietnamese banh mi sandwich. Something simple, just a sandwich. The key to the sandwich, of course, is the roast pork right there. That's the best part. I'm just assembling all the ingredients so that we can make the sandwich. That's plenty of cucumber. I will toast the bread because a key part of this sandwich is you gotta toast the bread, make it nice and crispy and crunchy and hot. Uh, summer winter break is over for Anthony. Today is his last day. School is back tomorrow, so I'm sure he's not excited about that part. Okay, so here's the bread. Hello, Undisputed Frost. I'm just here making the typical famous Vietnamese sandwich. If you go on YouTube and look up banh mi, spell BANH, BANH, uh, MI, banh mi. That's the the name of the sandwich. If you go on YouTube and type it up, you will see a lot of YouTubers talk about it, how much they love the sandwich. A lot of people that travel um, to Vietnam. Yes, see, Midwest comic man know about banh mi. So yes, I am. I got the bread. The key part, of course, is the bread. Okay, having the right bread make all the difference. Let me put it in the toaster oven. But look at the pork. Check out this roasted pork. That look pretty good, right? That's the main um, meat. Okay, but like I said, there is so many variation of this, and if I want to be fancy, right, I would make this sandwich with other fixing, and then also fry an egg. Yes, fry an egg like an over easy or and put in banh mi. That would make it like a banh mi deluxe. Okay, but that would be like the great stuff. Um, let's do this. This is gonna be a short cooking thing because it's nothing cooked, so it's already pre everything cooked. Just basically assemble the sandwich really. But for now, I'm gonna turn on the toaster oven at 350 for like 5 minutes to get the bread nice and toasty and crunchy. Let's see. I think 5 would do it. And then while this thing is heating up, I will slice the pork. I'm just gonna slice it thin. I'm trying to figure out what the best way. Mm. I use a pretty lean. Check out this. Okay, so if you go to Chinese restaurant and have roasted pork, that's what this is. Super yummy, tender, and sweet. Okay. Now, if you use a fattier cut of pork, like pork belly, certainly it's gonna be more juicy kind of meat. So but I got a pretty lean. I already trimmed this pork shoulder before I put it before I roast it, so it's very lean. Okay, as you can see, very lean. Um, I use this uh, mixture if you can buy at the typical Asian grocery store, but is if you watch the earlier part of the video, I read the ingredient. It's like dry rub as far as for those that barbecue a lot. It's mainly sugar, salt, garlic. The one thing and the few ingredients that make it slightly different and give it that Asian flavor is cinnamon and five spices. So if you mix, but most of it is sugar and salt and garlic, okay, and powdered onion, things like that. But the key thing is the five spice and the cinnamon and the clove, and that's what give it that Asian flavor. Okay. I try to cut it thin, thin, because uh, I think Anthony prefer more thin sliced tender meat than thick cut. Okay, and this is a pan that I roast. You see that tidbit of good yummy flavor right here. This is a very lean piece of meat. Okay, so there is not a whole lot of fat that drip when I roast this. But the key to make this sandwich for me is I take all the sliced meat and give it a little, let it sit and soak up some of that yummy dripping. Okay, trust me, it will make the sandwich a lot better. And like I said, it's a very lean cut of meat already, so it's not like there's a lot of fat there. You can see it's basically dripping juice, pork juice. Okay, let's wash my hand. And for those that follow my live chat and knowing that I bought a big collection of books, another box just came in yesterday. Yesterday, I received another big box. So we'll see Wednesday, when I have my regular night chat. Wednesday, I will certainly show some of the books that arrived in that box that I received yesterday. So yes, that big collection, uh, I'm still buying from the big collection. I try to do my best to be selective and just buy what I really want or what I can, what I think other people want as far as, things that I can flip. Otherwise, I just don't want to buy a whole lot and just accumulate. Okay, the sandwich look pretty toasty. I'm squeezing it to make sure that it's crunchy. Not quite. Okay, let it sit for another 2 or 3 minutes. Well, 5 minutes is up, so I'm gonna just let the sandwich sit in the heat. What I do is I will cut the roll, and then I will gut out the roll. Okay, pull out some of the bread so that make it more hollow. This way, I can put as much more filling in it, like pate, meat. Ooh, I did not slice this yet, so let's do that. Anthony, for your sandwich, do you eat it with cilantro, or do you?
Is that the green vegetable?
Yeah,
I don't.
you don't. Okay, I forgot. Yeah, so I'm glad I asked. Otherwise, I would have made the sandwich with the cilantro. Okay. And normally I would cut, this like about, I would say 1/8 of an inch thick, maybe a little bit more, but definitely not even a quarter inch thick. Okay, so I will show you how I assemble the sandwich. Oh yeah, can you hear it? Can you hear the crunch? Alrighty, gotta find the right knife. Okay, can you hear the crunch? Oh yeah. This is nowhere as good as a real Vietnamese baguette. Okay, but it is almost as good from what I can tell. As you can see, I'm gutting out the bread. Okay, gutting it out. Save that for the birds. Okay. So look, see the bread? Okay, it's quite hollow. The first thing that goes in is pate. Okay. If you don't like pate, you can skip this part. But for me, Anthony like it, my wife like it, I like it. We are a big fan of pate, so we're not skipping that. We do not skip the pate. In fact, we probably put more pate in. See that? Okay. Now put in 3 slices of these. Okay. I toss the meat a little bit. Okay, let it get some of that juicy flavor. Oh yeah. This is gonna be a flavor bomb. Okay, so now look. Okay. Next, cucumber. Anthony like cucumber, so put in a couple strip of cucumber. Almost there. Last but not least, sure, Eldon, assuming that I can answer the question. Here we go. Okay, Anthony skipped the cilantro, so I put in the radish and carrot pickle, as you can see. It doesn't hurt to put in even more. You understand why I gut out the bread now? Because, by gutting it out, it just gives me more room to put more yummy stuff inside. Last but not least is this seasoning sauce, okay? You can buy this at any grocery store. Do you live stream YouTube playlist with audio? I would say yes. Is the audio is not working? I would hope it is. Otherwise, I've been talking. Um, I should. Well, let me know because I'm pretty sure the sound should work. But last but not least is this. Anthony, you want some hot sauce in there?
Sure.
Anthony wants some sriracha hot sauce in here.
Not too much.
Not too much? Okay. You want to do it yourself?
Yeah, I'll do it later.
Okay.
And then,
Okay, so here is Anthony's sandwich, okay? Let's make my wife. Perhaps I should have done Anthony's sandwich this one because it's a smaller sandwich. And like the other, gut out the bread, gut out the inside, okay? Don't need all that extra carb. And then put in the pate. Well, I'm glad the audio is working. I was worried when one of the viewers asked about audio. Yes, I do. Occasionally, I screwed up and somehow the audio doesn't work correctly. So that has happened in the past. But usually, when I have problem with the audio, I was able to fix it fairly quickly because usually somebody in the chat would tell me that the audio is not working. Okay. Look like I need to cut some more meat. Okay. See, now my wife and I will eat cilantro, so we do the cilantro. My wife likes a lot of cilantro, so. There you go. Okay, that's like I said, the only thing that I would, add to make it more delicious would be a fried egg. But that's not today. And here's gonna be my sandwich. To cut up some more pork. You can hear the crunch. Can you hear the crunch of the bread? This bread is actually pretty good. I was quite impressed once I found this roll because before I found this roll, I tried making banh mi with Italian uh, bread and French baguettes and you name it. I tried many different variation, and it's just not the same. But with this, especially when I got out the a big part of the interior of the bread, okay, there you go. Hollow it out, okay? Hollow it out. Give you more room for other stuff. Got the pate in there. Patrick is here. Look at the roast pork. Some cucumber. Oops, I dropped some cilantro. There you go. Pretty good. What's missing is, of course, sriracha. Okay, I put some of this black magic sauce in there. Trust me, it would not be the same without this. Whoops. And that's it. Lunch is served for the family. So if you enjoy Vietnamese banh mi sandwich, here you go. Working in Chinatown, there was a bunch of places that sell this sandwich, and this is you're talking year 2002 or so. It's $2 for a sandwich this size. I used to go down to Chinatown, Boston, and buy two sandwiches because one is not enough, two is a little bit too much. But hey, I'd rather have a little bit too much than not enough. So $2 for a sandwich like this, hell yeah, right? Can't wait to eat lunchtime for the family. Thank you for tuning in. If you just tune in, you can go back and rewatch the first 10 minutes when I discuss all the ingredients that go into making the sandwich. And that's it. That's it for this week. Cooking with Nick. Thanks, everybody. If you're interested, if you have never had this sandwich, I highly recommend that you buy it if you see it in your Vietnamese grocery store or restaurant or Chinatown, because trust me, after you eat this sandwich, I don't think Subway will taste the same. That's it. Bye.